good evening, or I guess I should say good morning, considering these videos go out every day at 6 o'clock in the morning. But good evening, because it is evening. Um, Today's video is going to be titled something along the lines of should your life have meaning? Should you live your life with meaning? What does your life mean? Actually, that sounds very good. What does your life mean? And I've been thinking about this recently. The idea that does your life have to have some overarching story or meaning? Do you give yourself some kind of purpose that drives your life, that motivates you, that focuses you? And should you or should you not have some kind of focus or some kind of meaning? In my view, I don't know if your life should have one meaning. I don't think it should have one purpose. I don't think there should be one thing that guides or drives you. I think there should be a multifaceted, well-rounded approach to life. Because you think about some people and they live their life as though their career is absolutely everything. And that's not a bad thing. But in my view, I wouldn't want to live my life solely focused on a career, on what I do professionally in order to make a living. I don't think I'd really want to have like that as my primary driver and my primary focus, the reason for my life, like my ikigai, which is, I think, translated as like your reason for life, I think. I could be totally wrong on that. But anyway, reason for living. I don't think you should have one focus. I think even if that focus is something very culturally acceptable, like say your family. Okay, so say your family is your reason for life. What happens when your family passes away, or they move on, or they move to a different country, or things like that? Then suddenly you're left with this sort of meaningless pit that is your life, because suddenly you don't have your whole family there, or you're missing people that are vital to your reason for life. And I think from a stoic point of view, stoics are always trying to be really self-sufficient and like never letting situations affect you. But if your reason for life is your family or your career, you could get fired. Family members move away, family members pass away. So I don't know if you necessarily want that as your primary focus. I think having family, your career, making the world a better place, living a good life, I think all of those focuses together can be really good. But I think if you just have one focus, you are almost inevitably going to have some hardship and difficulty. But then again, you're going to have difficulty and hardship in your life regardless of what you're doing, because life is struggle. So, curious, isn't it? What does your life mean? What gives meaning to your life? Do you give anything meaning? Do you give anything the power to define your life? Do you say, no, I don't define my life by my goals or what I'm looking for. I'm living a good life, and what that means is what it means. I'm going to live by a code, a moral framework that I deem acceptable, and I will achieve certain goals, but none of these goals will be the end goal or the end that justifies the means, sorry. Machiavelli rolling in his grave. But it's curious, isn't it? Like the idea of what am I living for? What am I attempting to achieve? And should I be attempting to achieve anything? Or I don't know, maybe that's not the right way of saying it. What does my life mean? Do I want to look back as an old man and think, man, I should have focused more on my family. I should have focused more on philosophy or happiness or my career or making the world a better place. I didn't make a difference. I think, okay, I think the problem I'm having with the idea of trying to have meaning in my life and finding that single purpose for life is that no matter what, if you set your purpose and your aim at something, there will always be things that you could have done better. You could have achieved better. So, for example, if you set your goal as your family and that you're going to be there for your family, you're going to help them, you're going to try and raise children that are well-rounded, prepared for the world, happy, fulfilled, you will never achieve an absolutely perfect vision of that goal. You know what I mean? No matter what, things happen. Unforeseen circumstances occur. Maybe your kids are great, but your grandchildren are monsters. They're overspoiled, overprivileged, impossible to get along. You don't identify with them. If you're in your 60s or 70s and your grandchildren are growing up and you just don't identify with them at all, maybe then you failed. You feel like you failed. You didn't fail, but the goal you set was unattainable. It's out of your control. We can't control our family. We can't control these circumstances. Maybe, what do you think? And then if you set your goal as your career, you could have got that promotion. You could have done that deal. You could have, secured that important loan or whatever, And so then you look back and you go, damn, I should have done that. But maybe the secret is to set goals and to have many reasons for life and many reasons and purposes for what you're doing, but also not living in the past. I talk about that a lot. I talk about not living in the past. Don't, try and predict the future or worry about the future. Live in the present. Focus on the present. So maybe it should be that your purpose for living is to be happy, to make the world a better place, to be there for your friends and family, to explore the world and get to see what you want to see. But also, don't take it so seriously, and live in the present. Don't regret the past. Don't live in the memories and the regrets of what you did and you should have done and you could have done and you would have done. But have multiple reasons for life while living in the present. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I think that's a good solution to what I was thinking about. I was trying to figure this out because I was it's kind of dumb to have a purpose for living. It's dumb to, and this is what I was thinking. It's dumb to have a focus for living because you'll never achieve that thing perfectly. There's always going to be screw ups and unforeseen circumstances. So it's just dumb to have a purpose for life and a meaning to your life. However, if you can have a meaning to your life while living in the present, spending time with those you want to spend time with and not taking yourself so seriously. Maybe that was the problem, is I was taking myself super seriously when I was thinking about this. And I'm a ridiculous human being. Why would I ever take myself seriously? Why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we insist on taking ourselves seriously when we are ridiculous apes that live in houses we construct and we write words on dead trees in order to pass note? Everything in life is ridiculous. That painting right there, that's ridiculous. I think it looks great. I love that painting. I love the style. My dad's really into abstract art. I love it. But it's ridiculous. Some guy just sloshed a bunch of paint. I know he didn't just slosh a bunch of paint. He has a very interesting method. We know the artist. We know the artist who painted this. And so I've seen how he does it. But it's ridiculous. So why do we take things seriously when the universe doesn't take anything seriously? The universe is just here you go, see how it goes, That's my problem, guys, is I'm taking myself too seriously sometimes. But I think that's it. Is decide what your life means, or you don't even have to decide. You can just live your life, enjoy it. Man, I could just delete this whole video. I basically went full circle. You don't need a purpose for life to derive your happiness from. If you're one of these people like me who enjoys goal setting, like me, and bit of a perfectionist, and trying to establish structure and routine, then having a purpose in life and identifying what you really value, it can be important, but you got to live in the present. You cannot take yourself seriously. I'm talking to myself now. Jax, do not take yourself seriously. Don't take yourself seriously. Go with the flow. Enjoy what you're doing. Be present. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? Maybe. We might be onto something, guys. Your comments will be greatly appreciated because as you can see, I've kind of gone full circle on this one, and I've kind of just been like, well, if this, then so facto this, but then this, and then I've kind of turned it completely around on myself. So I don't really know if I've achieved anything in this video. Do I need to achieve something? Maybe not. Perhaps I don't. But it would be nice to have some clarity on what I was thinking about. Don't you just hate that? You set out to achieve a goal or to set up a framework or establish some kind of structure, and you end up realizing that it was totally like pointless. Maybe that's life in general. Maybe that is the whole purpose, is there is no meaning, enjoy, and good luck. I actually kind of like that. I actually really like that, you know? There is no purpose. There is no meaning in life except the one that you take away from it. And if you don't want to take away a meaning or find a meaning in life, that's fine too. Guys, that's really cool, actually. What does my life mean? What does your life mean? Nothing, unless you want it to. Ooh, guys, I feel so philosophical. I'm just like some stupid kid, like thinking about these dumb issues and being like, what should my life mean? And then I'm like, why does your life have to mean anything? And I'm like, oh, that's good. I like that. Sorry, I'm so ridiculous. Thank you for watching. I will enjoy your comments. Hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. And as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.